freely his or her feedback on policies and programs of government. Civil society groups are able to interrogate fearlessly government actions and positions, compare them to global best practices, and offer views and critiques aimed at complementing the efforts of government. I have an appeal to make of you, especially in the times we find ourselves in, where the dissemination of accurate information is so critical. As all of you know, we have had to seek the collaboration of the International Monetary Fund to repair in the short term our public finances. This collaboration with the IMF has meant that government on its part is having to implement difficult and painful measures to get our nation out of the situation in which it finds itself. As natural as it should be, there would be those who would seek for narrow partisan ends to spew truths, untruths about these measures, with the ultimate goal of being able to misinform the Ghanaian people and creating disaffection for government. I would urge you not to fall prey to the schemes of such persons. Information regarding the ongoing process is readily available. The Ministries of Finance and Information, and I entreat all of you to assist in this endeavor on the basis of the well-established principle of facts are sacred, but comment is free. The rebuilding of a strong, resilient Ghanaian economy is at the heart of this exercise and should be the responsibility of all of us.
Emrashe Bejafo atena se no maje Appropriation Act 2022 no atum sika ne bono esombo cedi no 227.8 billion. Omama aban kwan se obetimi ayi afri aban foto nim se de be ya afin pinoni aduonu miensa o de becheche oman no na eno enkoda nchen eye vat ntum eye ohanchechemu mienu echiriponum no so omo apene so.
Mr. Speaker, I therefore beg to move that this Honorable House approves the sum of 150,641,901,607 cedis for other government obligations for the year ending 31st December 2023. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, clearly, this administration has resulted in introducing taxes that will further erode the disposable income of the ordinary Ghanaian. An example is the taxes that they have introduced in the last 2 days. Mr. Speaker, clearly, today, if you are to go out there, the concerns has to do with the fact that the ordinary Ghanaian is struggling to make ends meet. Prices of goods and services are skyrocketing. I do not believe that this is the time to introduce a VAT, a tax that seeks to take away additional disposable income. I urge the Ministry of Finance to wait for this measure and introduce this single tax handle at the right time.
The same people that were complaining that we're borrowing too much and that we should do something about it are complaining that we are not supposed to broaden our tax base domestically. So what strategy do they want us to use? They should answer. Is it that they don't understand these things, or because of politics they want to destroy this country?
Last year, the appropriation we approved was 145 billion. They have moved from 145 billion to 227 billion, an additional expenditure of 82 billion Ghana cedis.
It's not revenue.
Mr. Speaker, your problem is not revenue. Mr. Speaker, the government should be aiming at cutting expenditure and not imposing additional burden on Ghanaians. On this note, Mr. Speaker, we will reject any additional imposition and let government find that 2.7 billion in the expenditures.
Mr. Speaker, this is the time for unity. This is the time the minority must support the government. The parliament must support the government, and all of us should support the government to bring our economy out of the current difficulties it finds itself. And Mr. Speaker, to that extent and with these words,
Let me conclude by calling the House, by calling the minority, and by calling my brother, Honorable John Jinapo, whom I know will speak after me, to support the measures the government is putting in place to bring our economy out of the current difficulties we find ourselves. Mr. Speaker, let Ghana prevail and let our national economy prevail. Let us support the VAT increase. It will help our country.
Yato asem so na yeko aban adwuma anaso man adwuma hwe yatena ye ene kwa befa so abon ban so Environmental Protection Agency na pani oda no ye Dr. Henry Kwabena Kokofu ena ode nsem atonsenchofo anim so man to man man se wo odi dwuma bia no di dwuma no fa kwan so a enkotiete obi fa hodie so titru ene dede ye se bre a ye bedi bronya ye bebo nwuma betra so bi ntumi na obi ekasa kra na ne nua ente se atenaye a nipa ne te ebe na ebe ha adwen a hwe esanso man yi wo mra asa ne manyina ehwe so enti ye hwe ne nimra so se bia bronya no obi abedi na asomdwe ebeba
Ghana ayo man aso na momontin so dededie utibi ewo so mu pa ka ebo aben moto di babie afi so wona wo ton niam wo kwan ho di speakers asisi kwan ho ene dededie utibi papa na bronya bayi penyine kwankyerefo wo da Environmental Protection Agency ye twani tia friend EP no Dr. Henry Kwabena Kokofu de kokoba kwa magana fo nyina se bronya be obi a enhwe ye ne titiriw ene wona wabiebie bia ba biye didie ene be ekeka ho se wonhwe hu ne se obe de kurampo a enkonkobro so enye saa empinfo so mu a odo be famra kwa so
enyumakuo bi te se bar drinking bars ene lounges no kra na say na me hunu se bi wo fom na me ka se airport na lounge wo and saying lounges no ati se or baby bebre cantonment East Legon Laboni me a nanki nim se ho de e tenabia nko a ye daji ahome ye friend residential enclaves and ne say anwuma we nyina ati se ho Environmental Protection Agency any empany for ya dwene ho say ye be ni a friend no rapid response teams all the regions na be ya dwuma kese papa e won kran krodua mu your compliance and monitoring department Ira George Amwako eda no volunteers be kan ho na ya watch benefo a deputy directors are nyina ye involved me ankasa so me involved na ya hwe se dede yo ebebra papa sabre ya yewomi na se ye ba ye beto waso ye na unni ipi krata ene edue edika tutu obi anum kra ye wi ya san final
Onimonyamfo Joseph Kujo ene swafo a wo hwe aban enwumaku ahodo so na wopanyi akasa se aban nwuma bedu nso na seisei no egu a wopese wode eniema pagu akwan mu se de be ya se enwuma no emu bekanyan a ebetimi agina ne naso biem na afin so ombehwe no mofa nipa dodo na wadwuma mu a ne nyina no ebeboa ama oman no kanko edimu
Omampena no odi kan ewo my Ghana emu osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah no homodin ene enwuma ikododo na otim biebie se na ebe na ebeboa na my Ghana ye nkra ne amadodo na mfemfira monone na afiso mabrudodo na benya adwuma aye na so mereko no enwuma ikono dodo na eyade a egu na wei ena mu nyamfo Joseph Kuju akasa dia tuja se woni ankwankra dodo na egu nkonyasi so a se enwuma ikododo na egu no ebi etise Bonsa Tie Company Aboso Glass Factory Bolagatanga Meat Factory, Ghana Food Distribution Company, Ghana National Trading Company, and a few nyumaiko nkae no, ankron krebetimi de won ho agim na abo ma sa nyumaiko no, asan nyankwa na so regina na naso biem. Ekoba se beboa oman ne benyeska, ama mabunu so anya dwuma aye.
Ekohwe nkan companies aye na ye wo ebi Bonsa Tie. Ghana produce ties sia. Nti ebekwe krase ho na, ebeko Bonsa honam takwa kwan do. Ebe hu de company ne dan sisio dadao bibiara say bibi dem no abanso ntumi dan na echi nti bi a security watchmen na they working every month you pay them and to be in a situation like that no I mean me manche abanaton nanka private sector be discabia beshim na I want to that area here western region Ghana fu ina yenye juma yare echo aboso glass factory the same thing echo northern yewo meat factory and also defunct echo Pumadi poultry. So a lot of these that why was say me there on Cherbiano Ministry of Finance my unit na siga benya the mekwano na wash movie so be dispose the assets no. Now we save about sika about sen about 17 a year wage masses here, but in two men there ebiana ministry be will plan to change any of them on the cabinet on so be daisy.
Yɛtɔ ne dan ni area kɔ ashaman brono efre ho tulaku na manfo a edi dwuma ho enam enomukum eton nantwie ne ponche ne ade na no mo kyese sabre de omudwumadi omudi no noma dodo na anase moa no omfa dodo no efi Burkina Faso Mali na ohwɛ se de sidi no ensem etie ene sefana ade a omudwumadi omudi no ha adwen panti abanhwɛ no moa na mo so omudwumadi na nkoyi sanse no a enomdo bo mo ho bra
patronage no mom de enya te say last year no and crowd beside me no mo make kire say this time no ye wo low patronage every say last year no but this time na mponche ya ha nyina ma a obia tobi na afi we de wo hwe mponche ya did that how ebi 1000 ebi 800 ebi 2005 ebi 950 ebi 4 nkite no and nobody man be like 650 and 700. And last year no near no 700 this year no. Last year no nobody man no 300 and 35.
Safe no ekosoro nti ma sisan ne mu yekoto ne ma na ma ne ma no bo no ewosoro nti ka safe no timi ba form a eba ma price no aba form nti ye de ne ma ne ba eba affordable ama Ghanaians na ka o matima beto ama ye
safe no ama mponje na kosoro nti ama atofo no mba nti de esere se omunye sefa no ho bibi ye ko Burkina koto ye ko Mali koto ye ko Niger koto ye ko Nigeria koto sefa no ba fo ma mo no so be ba fo mo bia eden anya bi ato because the sefa no wosoro no ama mo na kosoro na so ba enye de la e bia na the price ye wo 300 ye wo 400 ye wo 500 ye wo 10 million ye wo 12 million 15 million you know oba osubenya osono de so obeba so a men ko ba bia bra shaman main market the whole Ghana ha main market ya shaman men ko lungu bi obi ba beton ha 300 no akoton ma 400 bra the whole market oba so afese abo wira no eto men ko goto agent ho oje agent bu a oba no ha end be ma 400 no de ma 500.
Se woko Kumasi dwakese mu edwadifo wo honom ene UTV kase atwetwe nkomo no machechire mu se eya afi bronya idie se wo de toto afrasa adeton na abafom pa ni nyina ene se omosisi di na ho ode e ba afom nti ene ma asa na ema nyina etimi asi na omosen kase esi ya hoden abasidi ni mu no enkrofo mbeto ade ne hwe ni mu se nka niema no mbete so nanso omososo kire mu a eniema no esanse na omosuro se ebo no bekosoro nti omode ahopepere ekoto niema ne begu ho enu nti se esi apa de omokasa omote niema ne so a enya de be ye adwuma nti no ama adeton abafom
afuwe de nkakla ekoso sebi mpanimfo se kaya chire ne mu nyamendai kula emu na de chire ne mu chiweni niema ne de ekoso pa this year de omato niema pa omato
last year niema ne de na mu ne na nanu mu de omo se ya tete niema so omo tete so da kofa kakra bi na de to so ba ye moto ade omoto last year moto sene this year anano nya obeton so ye bo no no omokọ so ya krokro ma wo moto ma ye
edwane de nyankopon ni mini edwane de last year kwa na se enye kwa na ye ma ye bompa ye bi aya chance ya ye nya nwura mu ide ye hwe
last year na move na this year de mu busebusa saa no omokọ omuso na ma ne board ya teso yenso yenteso enso enye ye ne akofo na board ya begudam enti se ye to we ne wie ne de ba sa kofa bio no na na do adaro ma $40 so die e be ba fom nti e ko de be sa kofa bio no e bo ne me ba fom ama obia timi atobi
last year compare this year the last year ne because this year na say ne ma say dollar no ne nneɛma si kɔɔ soro no ma nneɛma no bɔɔ yɛ den nti obiara ba na sɛ ɔbɔ no bɔɔ no a no ayɛ me kwama me kɔaba
last year na more than the by this year no more than change last year because this year market is slow who say nipa ni wo krom bebre oba be gina de no ho ba obo ne boa na odwin sika ho o senti so pi esa yensu ye lusu nti this year pa de market tight pa
bronya we de che bronya bia niam na guo sa obi anto aka 2 days in street ni mu da o sa ti sa ban no so obetimi aye bibia fam a onye bibi mfa ho na de o ye de ama obi a is slow
yɛbɛdan yɛn ho na yɛagye nkrato yɛba a afei bɛtena sɛ adi nkɔmmɔ ne ahwɛ sɛ sabe deɛ sidi no ɛne dollar no tumi pem kakra ɛnoma bɛn na ɔman yi bɛyɛ na tumi agyina ɛsiane sɛ sansa n'akyi a sɛdeɛ adwadifoɔ ne adeɛ kase na ɛbɛha de ama temamufoɔ yɛntwa ho mmra yɛba yɛbɛtena sɛ atwe nkɔmmɔ